Well, hi there. I'm Amy Walker, and welcome to a beginner's Southern American accent training course. I always have to do a little disclaimer that as one person and as one white person, I can only give you so much. So if you are a person of color, you have more options. You can do any of the accents that I show you anytime. You can always do, but you might find that you want to further specialize, and there are a whole bunch more accents available to you for this demographic in Southern Rhotic. So do your research, find what feels right for you, for the character if you're an actor, or for you and your time and place if you're someone who's just moved to the South. Okay, so that's real important. I can't represent everybody. I try and give you a few different things, for how a different character or person might hold themselves slightly differently. But again, I can only do things that I can do as a white person. So there's lots more available. Do check out all your resources and examples. Okay, so how you're going to get the most out of this, and this is what I mean by rhotic, is that you're going to pronounce R's at the end of words versus a Southern accent that doesn't pronounce R at the end of a word. So that would be, other kind of, that's a non-rhotic accent. We might do some of those later on, but this is a good starting place because this is going to be your most often, if you have an audition tomorrow, hopefully you started this before then, but I know how it works sometimes as an actor. So, um, this is going to be kind of your textbook centered around Texas, a few more branches off there. So, if it just says a Southern, there's a good place to start. And then you can further specialize, once you're cast. May it be so if it is in alignment for you and the highest good. Yeah. So, a few ways, as I always say, a few ways how I work. Obviously, you'll be listening, you'll be watching. Make sure you've got a mirror or a video of yourself so that you can see, oh, her lips were going, oh, and mine were going, oh, and pulling it back. And hers were right here. I'm talking millimeters of difference change the country that you are in. So watch with a keen eye and watch what your mouth is doing. A lot of times people's eyes go up into the past. Well, that won't help you in the present because we're trying to undo what's over there and build new pathways. So, so pay attention to that. I'll also use my hands a lot, for rhythms. I live in Los Angeles, so you will hear all manner of planes, trains, and automobiles. We welcome them in. I hope you can still hear me. So if you see me do something with my hands, I might go something. And if I go something, that's helping you get the rhythm there in a way we're used to telling our hands what to do. So just try it. You're obviously not going to, well, maybe it's not obvious. In case it isn't obvious, I'm not saying go do this out there in the world or on stage or on set. I'm just saying do it in here so it's easier for you to get those sounds and those rhythms in your body. Okay. Another real important thing to do is to record yourself. And I don't just mean record the entire thing and then like maybe never listen to it. You could do that. It just won't help you. So what I recommend is that you get your recorder out there or get your Zoom or your photo booth or some kind of thing so that when you're moving along you can pause, you can record me, pause me, and say it yourself and listen back. Hopefully you're doing that multiple times. When I'm doing it, I will pull out the audio. I'm not going to like tell you how to do that because I can't sanction it, I suppose, but like find a way. It's out there. And still use the video. I would recommend going all the way through in video and coming back to the videos so you can see it because it makes a huge difference. Huge. But when you've got that audio, then you can put little clips in there. Take the same little thing, 3 to 5 words, only 3 to 5, so that you can really pay attention to how you're saying it in all those little things. You're not going to remember. I guarantee you, I have seen it thousands and thousands of times. You are not, and for me too, and I've been at this a while. We are not going to remember everything about the first few words how we said the first few words in an entire sentence by the time we get to the end of it. We'll kind of remember some things, but I would rather have you remember a lot about a little bit and be able to change those things and then add to it and remember a lot about the next 3 to 5 words and put them together. That'll get you much farther, much faster than if you try and cram in an entire sentence. I guarantee it. Check yourself because it wants to creep in. You'd be like, but I want to get to the end of the sentence. I'm sure I'm good enough. Fine. But do you actually want to change the way you're saying things? Because usually that's why people are here. And if so, you have to notice the things you're used to skipping past. Okay. Now, what do? When I'm looking for references, I grab all this stuff. This stuff is gold, just how people talk and all those little things. If you're looking out for references on YouTube or something like that, don't do the ones where they're thinking about how they're talking. Do the ones where they're in it. They're just being themselves, and you see how they stretch things out, how they clip them. All that stuff is gold. So you copy those 3 to 5 words, paste, leave a space, same size, paste. You do that 6 times. You record yourself doing all those. You go back and listen. Just listen. Oh, yep, nailed that. Oop, missed that. Oh, never done that before. You say it at the same time as as me or as the reference. So you can hear, oh, she's doing this note, I'm doing this note. That's different. It's a different melody pattern. If you have a slightly different melody pattern, you might be in Ireland. So real important that you are imbibing those exact pitch patterns because they make a huge difference and they are so precise. And it's fun. That's the main thing is, yes, it's important to have all this technical stuff, but then enjoy it, have fun, just go, okay, this is going to be a deep dive. This is what we're going to do. And it's going to take some time, but it's going to be rewarding and fun as we go with it. So, do I do that 6 times? No, I do that dozens and dozens of times, hundreds of times if I'm doing a voice match, hundreds. So you'll see me, I will make sure that Jelena or Maisie has 2 or 3 in a row, usually, unless we have to move on. But for myself, and if you want to actually do this, you will do it many, 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 many times because that's how you get better. All right. Make sure you do the warm-up video. We've got it linked in there for you so that you can move your mouth in ways that it's not used to at the moment. And do have fun. We'll see you out there. Take care.